Welcome to Gainesville, Florida, the swamp, where they say only Gators get out alive. And that seems to be even more true if it's under the lights. And that's where Florida is for this opener at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium as Florida will christen a new season tonight. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. This thing started. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So the Florida Gators offense will get the first swing of the game. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that makes it so hard to defend. When a receiver lines up in the same spot every time, I can bring extra coverage. Man, use this guy all over the field as a weapon of mass destruction.
First down for this offense. Pulls it, fired complete. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
The run to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his tight end. At the 45, on his way. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The short hands, it's Daniels. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On second down, he'll let it fly. quick strike complete. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Miranda. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Benedict. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3. The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. First down here for the offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're working that left side. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. Looking to go up top on first down. He makes the connection. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Yellow Jackets will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Miranda. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the end route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world.
Fires and picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
He made that look a lot easier than it is. When you break on a football, you got to see it and go at the perfect angle. The free safety leaves his spot, goes and gets it, and then does the hard part, takes it back to the house for 6.
Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll call for the fair catch here. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David. He lets it fly. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. It's not going to be easy.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football. They play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Going to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast and low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Wide receiver shows motion. To the air, it's Benedict. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Gators looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Completes it in the middle.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Makes the catch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the Gators are in the hurry-up. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal for the offense. They'll try to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida! Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They go to the draw. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. And the returner is stopped. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense just
throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. A first down for the offense. They'll run the counter. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Man, that is so tough. When you play defense, you get your eyes on your keys and you got to read them, but sometimes they lie to you. You could see the little misdirection by this offense, fooled the defense, created some space. The offense took advantage and made a huge play.
Snagged in the middle. It's Addison. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. Using the quick game.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Offense getting set for 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
It's complete on the right side. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback checking off. Scanning the field, it's Benedict. Fires into the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Gator! Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's in for the two, and that is big because now it's a one-possession game. They trail by 8. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the gun, running back gets to give. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far.
The Gators will kick it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry-up.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the...
And the ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Handoff to the lone back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team's being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this 3rd down. Looking for a man, it's Benedict, feeling some heat. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! Well, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
After the touchdown, if they can get this 2, we'll have a tie ball game. On the option. Now the toss. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the two-point conversion. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Looking to throw on second down. With the catch, it's Daniels. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Going deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Miranda. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Looking downfield, it's Benedict. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field, around midfield, going for it the wise move. Wide out in motion. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets it out quickly.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Quickly out to the tight end. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll try to get it through the air. Coming after it. Touchdown, Gator! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
It just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Looking for an open area to his left. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. And the Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll bring it back. It's Miranda. They'll put that return to a stop with the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Here comes the offense on first down. The give. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy, but the offense has still put up production, and they're still in the lead, trying to find a way to finish this one off.
At the 45 on his way. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found some daylight in... House call. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Keeps it himself and gets to first. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on that play.
Going up top on first down. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Quickly to the line. DB's right up on the receivers. Running back searching for a hole.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now on the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Snap from the gun on third down. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Line gets set, first down. Looking to pass. It's Benedict. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. On the move, he fires. It's caught. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And they did everything right in this. Situation trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds a tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. The handoff, keep working on that clock. The Gators pick up the first down.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
Comes out throwing on first down. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. Now the play fake. Fires left. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll close in on him after a good... Okay, ready? Interception. Offense set on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabs behind the line. It's Daniels. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. Tackled after picking up the first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running. The aerial assault continues. Working that left side now. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Looking for the score. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On fourth down, going to the air. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll throw it on first down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On second down, they'll take to the air. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A strike downfield. Takes it the other way. Giving him his pads. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week one sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
That's caught. It's Daniels. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Looking to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's going to go down as time has run out. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking